Right, you know what this is? This is a chart saying how many signings each Premier League club has made so far this summer. Nottingham Forest, we've already mentioned them, 15 so far. That will grow. Newly promoted Forest and also newly promoted Fulham, 8 signings from them. And Leeds, remember, they lost Rafinha, they lost Calvin Phillips, so they have had to replace them, and they've got a bit of money to do it. So 8 signings for them. Brentford with 7. Same with Tottenham. They got their business done early. They're now all about getting players out. Widely praised by their own fans there for their business this summer so far. West Ham also with 7 and looking for more. Chelsea with 6 and looking for more. Southampton with 5. In fact, they're all looking for more, by the way. Southampton's got 6. Few clubs there on 5. Just the 4 for Brighton, Manchester City, Newcastle and Wolves. But then Liverpool with just the 3, and they might be finished. Manchester United with just the 3. They want a few more. Leicester, just the 1. Alex Smithies has come in on a free transfer, the goalkeeper. So if we have a look at that with the transfer team now, Emma, who do you think's done the best business out of those 20 teams?
Look, I don't want to say it's the very best business, but look, I've opted for Chelsea here purely because I'm going to say a few weeks ago I was unsure if they'd be able to compete, and I'm talking compete with the likes of City and Liverpool to win the title, but also compete with the likes of Arsenal and Spurs as well in terms of finishing top 4, because they've done so well in the transfer market, and Spurs and Arsenal just kind of gone about their business with zero fuss as well. But what's impressive about Chelsea is that they've kind of bought on a couple of fronts. We see their 6 signings. You look at the 3 kind of ready-made signings. Look at them over the weekend in that London derby against Tottenham. Koulibaly with the goal, who was just brilliant. He was so composed throughout. Marc Cucurella, some people had their reservations. Not naming names, Nabeid. Yes, they did have their reservations. But look, he was so confident on the ball. He was brilliant going forward as well. Raheem Sterling had some brilliant moments. He's probably frustrated not to get a Chelsea goal yet. But they've made some fantastic signings. And look, they're probably not done yet either. Of course, we've been talking about Wesley Fofana throughout the window. We know they want to bring a goal scorer in as well, whether that is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. We'll have to wait and see. But there are those signings who've hit the ground running, but they've also built for the future as well. They've got some really talented young players in. We were hearing yesterday that they've agreed a deal with Inter for their young midfielder, Cesar Casadei. They've brought a young goalkeeper in from the MLS. They've brought a young midfielder in from Aston Villa as well. So they're kind of done dealings on both fronts at the moment. So that's why I've been impressed, really, with Chelsea.
What do you think, Dan?
Yep, all valid points. I'd go Arsenal. Just because I think they had an area that needed improving. They needed a goal scorer, and they have got in the best goal scorer that they possibly could have got in the market that they're able to go and get players from. They've brought in 2 winners in Jesus and Zinchenko who've won titles. They know what it's about. They'll help kind of evolve that culture in the dressing room that Arteta's trying to do. I don't know whether I'm being too influenced by the documentary that's on at the moment, but you know, they're moving towards now looking like winners, looking like a proper team. They've started the season well with 6 points as well. Jesus has scored a couple of goals at the weekend. I just think everything about Arsenal, they're heading in the right direction now, and that probably shows you as well if you give a manager a little bit of time, because this time last year I was laughing at Arsenal.
The early season bias, I love it. Arsenal started the season very, very well, and Arsenal got the best window going. And
I'd said it before the season started as well, to be fair.
You did, to be fair. You did on a podcast, actually.
Yeah,
missed
like
a podcast over there. You also missed out William Saliba. I think he's to get him back. He's not a new signing, but he looks the real deal. And I think Arteta's management's got to get a lot of praise for that, the way he's taken him out the side and then brought him back.
Well, who needs to do more than Nabeid?
Well, a lot of teams need to do more. I've actually got Chelsea on the list only because I think they really need a striker. I know Sterling, Kai Havertz and Mount were their front 3 on the weekend. I think Chelsea still need a man through the middle. I know Kai has played there, but I don't think that's Thomas Tuchel's preferred option, because they are in the market for a striker with Aubameyang, and they will need more goals as the season goes on. I think Chelsea fans do want another centre-back. They're obviously after Fofana. I worry that if Koulibaly or Thiago Silva pick up an injury, then they really are back into the situation they were in last year with Malang Sarr coming in, who definitely needs more Premier League experience. And then I think Chelsea fans are talking a lot about getting Frankie de Jong in, which I think would be greedy. But if they get Fofana, Frankie de Jong and a striker, they would probably have the best window going. You have Everton, who are very light in numbers going forward, having lost Richarlison. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's currently out injured. They may lose Anthony Gordon. Then I don't know where their goals will come from, so I think they'll be after a striker. Leicester, have only signed one player. I actually really like Leicester's squad, but I imagine if Fofana goes, we might see Tielemans or Maddison go as well. So they all need to add a player. I think strikers are just massively in demand across the league, Southampton included as well.